Divine Collective, I heard the Holy Spirit say, a web of lies and deceit led somebody to their own demise and defeat. The universe is forcing, taking this person by force, making them take accountability because they would have never have taken accountability for all of the chaos that they've created, not just for themselves, but for others. Listen, welcome to Spiritual Core Television. I am an oracle and a messenger of the Creator, Source Divine. Yeshua HaMashiach is the only way, the truth, and the light. If you are new here, guess what? You were led here by your spirit team, your higher self. There's something here in addition to what it is that you already feel that you need to know. Remember to take the parts that resonate, leave what does not. If it doesn't resonate at this time, lay it down by way of releasing it on the Christ consciousness within, and let Source reveal to you what needs to be revealed. If you are returning back, and I've said something at some point and or another, with the hopes that it has helped you on your spiritual journey, welcome back. Come on in, kindred souls. I love y'all so much. Listen, somebody mistakenly judged you for being weak. You don't look like anything. I mean, absolutely nothing of what you have gone through. This somehow was a decoy for an attacker, an assailant, a predator, somebody that saw you and deemed you as prey. I just heard adequate prey. Okay? What they could not see beneath the surface was the remnants of your story that did not exist anymore by way of the pain and the torment that you had to experience in order to get to this level. You are the bait. You come off as meek as a lamb, but what they can't see is that that really is your gratitude for the divine, for allowing you to still be above ground amongst the living when people had already sealed the deal with the devil and swore that you would be dead, that you would be a zombie, that you would be mentally inadequate, unable to take care of yourself. And when I mean unable to take care of yourself, unable to do the bare necessities, wash your ass, brush your teeth, comb your hair. These people went in for the spiritual kill. These are people that were very ignorant. They were drunk on their own ignorance. These people thought, whoever they are, that if we all get together and we make sure that this person suffers, they will never know what hit them. They will never see it coming. But then there's Source. Source gave you the eyes to see. You could have been getting premonitions. A lot of what you needed to see, you could not see at the time, not because Source wanted you not to know, but Source wanted you to trust by way of your intuition. Source said, let me guide you to the right steps. What you could not see was for your own protection. When you did not know where the attacks were coming from, that was for your own protection. Why? Because Source knows that had you known who it was, where it was coming from, you might have forfeited your spot with the divine. You could have absolutely gotten out of character, and then you would have given the devil what he wanted. So Source protected you. Your ignorance was bliss. You came off like an innocent child, knowing nothing. And this is how Source wanted you to be presented to these people. Well, all hell has broken loose. Now these people don't know what to do. And they're refusing to take accountability, and the universe has them up against a wall. They're being forced to see the wickedness of their ways, and they don't like what they see. They have to admit that they are the lowest. They are the skunks of the earth. They are the ones that the Most High God is not interested in. They are the ones that the Most High God says, my spirit is not in them. They bear no positive fruit. The works of their hands have not been blessed by the Most High God because there's nothing but evil in it. So the Most High God said, run to the devil, and the devil was waiting. These are children of the devil. They sought you out. They hunted you down like you were a wild animal. This is what Spirit is saying. Earlier, when I was meditating, before I get into this reading, I heard Hebrews 12:18 through 21, representing the old covenant, marked by transferring and or terrifying fire, darkness, storms, fear, where even the prophet Moses was afraid. Then Mount Zion, Hebrews 12:22 through 24, representing a new covenant with the divine, defined by open access to joy, peace, divine celebration, spiritual community, kindred soul family, kindred soul tribe. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And divine courtroom, setting where believers and people who know are being justified. So you got believers. People say, are you a believer? No, we're not believers. That's how we got caught up in these belief systems. We don't believe nothing. We're the knowing beings, BEING, actively loving on the Most High God. And the Most High God represents us. There is nothing that can come up against our church. There is nothing that can come up against our house. For the gates of hell will never prevail against it. These people should have done their homework. They should have sat down, but they gave all of what they knew, all of what they thought, all of what they felt. They confessed their sins to the devil and they asked for the devil to make it so. And so now they're angry because they can't project onto you. Let's get into it. Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Providence. What's this energy? I can't make this up. Cord cutting. You could have cut a cord. You could have cut a cord, or the divine cut the cord for you. You may not have done anything. You may have just submitted yourself to the divine. You may have just continued to pray. The Most High God said, I cut that cord. If they want to know who cut the cord, Creator did. That's the cord cutting ritual that you needed. Okay. You did that ritually. Okay. Whoever this karmic feminine is that thought that she was going to walk around wearing your skin, wearing your crown, she's foolish in nature. The Most High God sees her as diabolical, a web of lies and deceit. This person led themselves to their own demise. Holy Spirit is showing me a tombstone that says, here lies the karmic feminine that led herself to her own demise. And now she's being forced to take accountability. Spirit says, not only has she been sentenced to hell and damnation in the life that she's living right now, but even when she passes away, she will be cursed by way of judgment for lifetimes to come. And if in the event she decides, or the universe decides, to recycle her diabolicalness for whatever the reason, she will immediately be cursed the moment that the sperm hits the ovum and she takes her next breath. She is under severe karma for so many lifetimes. There's too many lifetimes to count. This person has been traveling through timelines since what feels like forever, but really it's just a blink in the eye of the Creator. You're receiving your inheritance. Somebody was trying to beat you to your inheritance. They got mad when you decided to defend yourself up against your inheritance. This person wooed and or convinced, coerced a group of people to go against you. Now ain't nobody laughing. You could have did some type of protection prayer under the full moon. You could have done a cord cutting. This person is not a part of your tribe. They don't need to be connected. Yeah. Money, money, money. Somebody was all about the money. They just wanted the money, okay? They sold their souls for money, and now somebody's drinking because they can't face the music. Somebody refuses to take accountability, even after the divine stepped in and forced this person into a corner. Somebody could be living in like a slothful energy, okay? In a drunken stupor. You're a real alchemist. You're somebody that's coming out as somebody that the universe loves. Okay. These people could have said you had some type of sexually transmitted disease. You do not. It is safe to go to the doctor. It is safe to get your blood work. Now we're about to see how the divine protects the chosen ones. Now we're about to see how the divine protects those that are loyal and faithful to the divine plan for their life. Somebody doesn't want me to talk. Somebody doesn't want this to get out. The Most High God has already taken care of that. Don't touch the oracles. Clarify this energy. What's going on, Holy Spirit? Okay. This could be a witchy sister, a family member. This person is so overwhelmed with jealousy, it is unhealthy. This person needs to go to see a doctor. They need to get some type of mental health. Okay. Something about isolation and abandonment. This person could be feeling very, I just heard suicidal. I don't wish that on anybody. God forbid it. But they really are going crazy because they cannot get your knowledge. They can't take your inheritance. And you are the one in the bloodline that the universe has chosen, that the matriarch of the family is passing this down to you. Why did I hear that? That could be a divine ancestor on the other side, passing you down an inheritance. So the previous matriarch of the family, the previous curse breaker, somebody that crossed over, is now passing down a position to you in the bloodline. They see you worthy, they see you as fit, and the divine is authorizing this by way of your family. Clarify? The matriarch of the family is passing you down an inheritance. Yeah, look, they're showing me from the spirit realm, literally. So the spirit realm, so the matriarch of the family and your bloodline who crossed over is now spiritually handing you down some form of sacred knowledge, a knowing, an inheritance, blessings, joy, peace. These are gifts as you go about your journey here in the earth. I just heard you will live long and strong. They tried to shut you up. What's this on the throat chakra? Somebody was even trying to sound like you. Somebody was even trying to copy your voice signature. You know, your voice represents a tone. It's a sound. It sends out a vibration into the universe. I see somebody trying to copy that, okay, in their rituals. Somehow you're gaining this victory. This is what they're saying. Somebody's saying somehow you're gaining a victory, but you know how you're gaining a victory because Source is with you. Yeah, look, ally, confidant. This spiritual person is coming through the spirit realm with gifts. I see an ancestor like whoever this ancestor is, they may have crossed over and they may have purposefully stayed in between realms by way of being earthbound. It's not a wandering soul. It's a soul that's saying, before I leave here, I need to make sure that the person in this bloodline, the new matriarch of the family, the new curse breaker, gets this gift. So it's almost like not a haunting spirit, but it's a spirit that's like following you around. It's an ancestor. It's a matriarch in your bloodline. Now this person can rest in peace. They can return back to source. They will not loop again. Okay? But they're giving you this inheritance. And whoever this feminine is in your bloodline, this narcissist energy, oh man, this person is crazy. This person could be screaming, frustrated. Somebody could be arguing with everybody. Somebody saying, I'm never wrong. I usually run away from people like that. You know, yeah. You're never wrong. You ain't done nothing wrong. Somebody's all the way wrong, did everything wrong. And now the universe is backing up a narcissist, forcing them to take accountability. If you've ever seen a narcissist sit with themselves and have nobody else to argue with, oh man, it's crazy. Spiritually, they can't blame anything on anybody. They can't get new supply. They can't go out and attack anybody or drain anybody's energy. They have to sit with themselves and see themselves, and they don't like it. It's who they pretended to be. That's the spirit you showed me for far too long. Clarify, Holy Spirit. This ancestor is not playing. Yeah, look, this is somebody that thinks they still got it. Somebody's like, yeah, I still got it. You know, like they look in the mirror, they're like, yeah, I still got it. Really, they don't. This could be a feminine or a masculine, okay? A player. That's what I just heard. Somebody played the game all the way wrong. Somebody disrespected divine order. They disrespected the rules. Non-committal. Community cup. Somebody gets around. Somebody is with everybody. Somebody just out there giving it out. Yeah, listen, I can't make this up. Somebody really was trying to wear your skin, wear your voice, wear your face. I see somebody trying to use your voice, practicing talking like you, being like you, pretentious, disingenuous, a narcissist. Whoever this person is, they want this star so bad, they were willing to go up against the divine for this star. Damn. Boy, you got to be crazy. Going up against the creator of all things. Yeah, look. And this chaos magic has backfired. Something about you seeing through the storm. Something about you being guided. What you could not see was for your own protection. Because had you known at the time the details, you may have gotten rage baited. This is the kind of energy that you like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to knock you the hell out. Spirit was like, mm-mm. The devil never had you blinded. What you couldn't see, because I just heard see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. What you couldn't see was for your own protection because the divine didn't want you to get distracted because gifts are being handed down to you. It's like if you look over here, you're like chaos, knowledge, chaos, wealth, chaos, destiny. Like we all have free will, and the Most High God was literally willing you towards high frequency, towards alchemy. Everything happens for a reason. Everything that has happened for a reason. Yeah, look, your spirit team was leading you because had you known at the time, spirit is showing me you would have choked the hell out of this person. Spirit is showing me like somebody's hands around somebody's neck. This is how provoking this energy is. This is the kind of person that doesn't stop. You know, they will push you to your limit. This person might even try to make people get physical with them so that they can set them up to get in trouble. That's what I don't know. Anyway, you got spirit team, light team. You're somebody held in high honor. You got a lot of spiritual protection around you, role model energy, okay? And this person is shocked that you know that it's them. A masculine could be involved as well, a warlock, somebody that was playing mind games. These people are snapping, they're unhinged, they don't know what the hell to do. Somebody's sister or a witchy sister, if it's not your biological sister by way of familiar family unit, is so heavily invested in your life. Spirit said, yeah, she needs to get a life, but now they don't have no life because they've been sat down by source. Somebody's in isolation facing themselves. Somebody's in isolation facing themselves. This person also tried to hex your bloodline and curse your children. That's what I just heard. They asked the devil for his stamp of approval. That's what Spirit just said. They asked the devil for his stamp of approval to take you out. And the devil knew that the devil could never come for you. Somebody's really pissed off right now. Somebody's trying to tap into your knowledge. Let's see. Holy Spirit, divine angels, bless these cards, bless this desk, bless the candles, bless it up for the evil ones. Yeah, give them all the blessings. Let's bless the evil ones because they are being less than what they deserve. Somebody took the low road thinking that they were going to be held in high honor. Okay. While the Most High God is blessing up the deck for the chosen ones, the Most High God is saying, I'm simultaneously, by way of alchemy, blessing it up for the chosen ones and blessing it for the evil ones. Be less. The evil ones have to be silent. They really ain't got nowhere to go. A King of Wands could be significant. What's this energy, Holy Spirit? I can't make this up. You got the Empress energy, okay? A mother figure energy, Three of Pentacles, some form of a collaboration. What's that about? The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, goodness. Your spiritual inheritance, honey. Somebody wanted that spiritual inheritance. Whatever this gift is that's being handed down to you, somebody was willing to go all out. Somebody was willing to put their lives on the line. And so their lives are what they're losing. Doesn't mean that they've been unalived. They really ain't got no life. The moon energy, Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. Okay. What lurks beneath the surface? Clarify. Somebody, There's a mother figure here that was collaborating with other people to try to take your spiritual inheritance. You are the new matriarch. You are the Empress. You are the Queen of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. Somebody desperately wanted your energy. Clarify mother wound. This person wanted you exiled. This person wanted you destroyed. Now, this could be a witchy sister. That's a mother figure. Take that as it resonates. Don't take it at all. This is what the Holy Spirit said, because this is not our story. We're walking away. The Eight of Cups. Okay. So you got exiled and you got the Four of Cups. This person missed. Look at all these swords. Somebody was so dedicated to this. Literally, a hit was out on your life. clarify? And somebody's in the Nine of Swords because they've been left behind on a fragmented timeline where they're in poverty, trying to flip the narrative. That's what Spirit just said. Clarify, they trying to flip the narrative? Yeah, they trying to flip the narrative, but they really in the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. You got a lot of people that made bad decisions when it comes to you and your inheritance, divine chosen one. But we know this already. We have knowledge of this. We're aware of this. This is old and outdated. So why is it here? Creator, why do we need to know this? Because the truth needs to be spoken. This is what Spirit just said. The truth needs to be spoken. And the work that the devil did backfired. Let's cover up the bodies. These two cards came out in the reverse. Eight of Pentacles and the devil in the reverse. Somebody was working so diligently, working so hard. Spirit says this person worked past the point of exhaustion in an attempt to take this spiritual gift. These people try to block your chakras, clarify block chakras, and they failed. They wanted 10 of wands on your back, the 10 of swords. These people threw things at you so that you would never recover, never get up. Four of cups, they missed an opportunity. Now they're about to see how the divine protects the chosen one. That's something that they never thought that they would see. Most High God says the reason why I've spared these people and allowed them to live is so that they can see the works of the supreme being creator and how the creator protects what the creator loves. You are the daughters and the sons of the Most High God. You are God's favorite children. Yeah, stop playing. I don't know why they want to play around. The devil don't even want these people. Devil in the reverse. So their father, their Abba, I can't even say Abba. Abba is a holy word. Okay. Whatever they signed up for, whatever this is, it has somebody looking real crazy out here with the Nine of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. They're trying to talk themselves out of it. Talk themselves out of it. What is that? The Seven of Wands to stand their ground, Leo energy. Clarify, they're arguing with your spirit team. After trying to dominate you, a father figure could be significant as well. The Emperor in the reverse could be any sign. What's up? Knight of Swords. Yeah, somebody's just talking themselves out of it. Swords is air energy. That's conversation. That's communication. What else, Spirit? Give us current energy. Full moon energy. I'm telling you what somebody did. Somebody did some type of binding spell. Something was supposed to take you out. Somebody was very, very specific. Somebody wanted to attack your heart chakra. Somebody wanted to create a web of confusion around your heart's desires, your manifestations, and it backfired. Somebody's got to go. Several people are about to go. The Most High God says the only reason these people are still able to live is so they can see the works of the divine creator. The creator is the one that is flexing in this situation. The creator is the one that is saying, listen, I'm the one that got the spiritual flex. You blaspheme me and everything in creation came from me. And I've given you more than enough opportunities. I've sent you messengers. I've sent you earth angels. And you just down there acting a stone cold fool. Some of these people's free will has been taken away. Listen, new spiritual law. I can't make it up. Somebody's going to argue with this in spiritual court. Like, how you going to make up a new spiritual law? Ain't nothing new up under the sun. Why do you keep trying to put the divine creator in the box? Creator says, listen, new spiritual law. They're not even up on the new spiritual laws because they too busy talking to the devil, begging the devil, getting in the bed with the devil, trying to have sex with the devil, doing anything. Somebody is offering the devil sexual favors to save their soul, man. That's wicked. That's nasty. Those are souls that have no souls. They're wandering. They don't know what the hell to do. They just going with the flow. They just happy to be here. But Spirit is saying they don't even know. The reason why the Most High God is sparing them is so that they can see the works of the divine creator. They need to see how their decisions play out. These are people that never anticipated that you would live to tell the truth. that you would ever live to receive your inheritance. Because I see an ancestor or an ancestor that has either hung around, somebody passed away. A lot of them. Okay, thank you, Spirit. The matriarchs of the family, somebody passed away in distress, knowing that your family members were going to try to take your inheritance. So this spirit hung around. You could have been seeing flashing lights. You could have been seeing a lot of birds. You could have seen a red bird. Whatever this is, this ancestor was coming through to give you signs like, I'm not gone until you have this inheritance. Somebody negotiated with source. Hey, is it okay for me to be in between realms, between this physical and this spiritual realm? I need to make sure this chosen one gets this inheritance, because in their last breath, they're showing me this person knew what people were doing to you. And had they not hung around to be a spirit guide for you, I just heard to ward off evil in the spirit realm. So somebody made an agreement with the divine and it was accepted. And this is why you're getting this inheritance. You got death and the 3 of swords. Okay? 10 of swords, 5 of pentacles, 5 of cups. This is the truth. 10 of wands, 9 of swords. The devil is absolutely collecting whatever the devil feels the devil needs to collect. And as ordained by the Most High God, Creator is giving the devil permission to collect from these people. The only reason they're still alive is because the Most High God says, I'm about to peel their eyelids back so they can see the divine, so they can see the Creator, the God that gave them everything in creation. What they tried to steal was never theirs to steal. I can't make it up. Look, 7 of pentacles in the reverse. Somebody could be digging up their root work. Somebody could be going to try to do something with earth magic. Pentacles is earth and the chariot in the reverse, but they have no way to go get there. Somebody is having car issues, chariot in the reverse. It's almost like the Most High God is literally isolating these people. So everything that they did, they're about to feel it. Everything that they did, everything. Chaos magic, trying to reopen these old cycles, wounds, past, shadow. They're feeling it. Spirit's like, I'm going to make sure that they feel all of it. But they're going to feel it from source's perception, meaning they've been isolated, sat down, forced to look at themselves, forced to feel every single word they spoke in their vessels. The only reason they're still alive is to suffer. That's what Spirit just said. 10 of Wands, these people did the most. And a mother figure is significant here. Clarify the Empress. You got a mother figure that's jealous of their own child. This person could absolutely be crossing over. Okay. The spirit realm is showing me. So my condolences. Continue to make peace with yourself when it comes to this. There is nothing that you were supposed to do differently. This is what Spirit is saying. Do not have any regrets. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. And this is why you're in alignment. I can't make this up. You got the 9 of cups to the 2 of cups to the 10 of motherfucking pentacles. Baby, listen. My goodness. This inheritance belongs to you. This inheritance is yours, whether these people like it or not. Dead or alive. I just heard wanted, dead or alive. So the chaos that they created led them to their own demise. These people don't have anybody to blame, y'all. They're by themselves. They're isolated. The only reason they're still alive is because Source is now using them as an example. Spirit says, if I let these people get away with what they got away with, and even death is an escape from this torment, then they'll just try to find a way, a loophole to come back and do it again. No, I'm going to allow them to be amongst the living and feel every single thing that they put the chosen one through. These people were laughing. They were solid with the devil. Something was signed in blood. Something about finality. Okay. The only reason that they're being alive, being left alive, is to suffer in the presence of Source, y'all. I'm just here to tell the message. I personally would not wish this on my worst enemy. And I don't even have any enemies that I know of, but I would not wish this type of judgment on my own enemies. When Source intervenes to this capacity, the only thing that everybody can do is surrender to the judgment. Hey, this is so done. It's not even funny at this point. Whatever this is that you got coming in by way of your inheritance, whatever these spiritual tips are, if you're being guided to do something, do it. Intuitive nudges. Okay? Some of you are being guided to tap into your elemental nature. Meditate. If you feel a pull or a tug, it's a message from the divine providence. It's a message from your spirit team. They want you to see something. If you're doing something and something is going on in the spirit realm, alarms are being sounded. Gabriel is blowing the horn. Anybody that tries to erase our name out of the book of life and write it in the book of death has sealed their fate. Oh, I just heard there's no coming back from it. Let me tell you one thing about the Most High God. Most High God is so merciful. What a beautiful God that we serve. Like, honestly, you really got to be 10 toes down or 10 toes up with a toe tag, however you see it, with the devil to get this level of severe judgment. You got to be. Like, I don't even want to be in this energy. I don't even want to know what it feels like to be on the creator's bad side. And the creator ain't got no bad sides. Everything is in divine order. So this is fair in nature. These people came up against you with everything they could. Listen, you got either a mother, a sister, a brother, could be a whole family unit, y'all, that was fighting over your inheritance. You got an emperor here, a masculine figure, fighting tooth and nail. Not only that, somebody wanted to attach filth to you so that no matter where you went, you would do nothing but attract your enemies. It was a trick. The divine had never left you. The divine was watching you keep your sanity. The divine is the only reason that you are still alive and able to tap into joy, chosen ones. Show thanks for that. And you are. Give gratitude for that. And you are. These people don't know how you can still find it in your heart to trust source. But the God that they serve, the devil has run off on them and left them in the Ten of Swords. Oh my. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I put that on everything. I'm being guided to seal their karma in this message and submit this reading by way of judgment to Creator. If you're flipping the cards and you deem yourself to be a prophetess or prophet, an apostle of God, an oracle, all of your readings are being submitted for spiritual investigation by source. Ain't no middleman. Ain't nobody else looking at it. It's no other type of investigation going on. This is source. You got to lay it at the altar. Everything that we say, everything that we do is being recorded by recording angels who are then taking those messages to the divine expeditiously, quickly, instantly. Everything is under judgment. I just heard these people need to tread lightly. There's a court case that you don't know about. You should find out soon. If you don't have any court cases in the 3D in real time, okay, this could be spiritual court. This could also represent somebody like leaving you something. Whatever this is, there's an ancestor here that don't play about you. Whatever this is, there's an ancestor that refuses to cross over to source. They have a deal with source. They said, I want to see this person get this inheritance, even if it's in the spirit. Even if I have to be without a physical body. Okay. They're saying, I'm going to watch and see this new matriarch of the bloodline get this inheritance. Somebody is representing you by way of spiritual counsel on the other side. They don't want no smoke with this ancestor. They don't want no smoke. They need to leave whoever this ancestor is. Oh man, he taking them all down, or she, literally. And it's just one. Because ever so often, the divine is showing me there is a chosen one to the capacity that you were born to literally bear the weight of the bloodline and clean it up. Like, you broke curses that didn't even belong to you. You carried your mother's curses, your father's curses. Instead of being, parented, you were a child who felt like you needed to now parent your parents. And so you did that in the spirit by way of becoming a better version of them. That is a gift to them. They should be showing gratitude for that. But instead, they wanted to destroy it. They wanted to steal it. Spirit says these people had already been overtaken by the devil long before they realized that you would realize what they were doing. Wow. I'm coming back with more downloads. Okay. If this resonated with you, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, hype, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace be with you.